All right. Welcome, LG.
Yes, sir.
For those not familiar with LG, we did an interview like 2 months ago, maybe. We had a
Yeah.
good conversation on the channel,
Right.
and I definitely could have hyped that up a little bit better, and I definitely could have advertised that a little better. I put Dane's face on there, and it should have been all about you, man. But
Shame. They
if they're
always
not
throw the
familiar with you,
they always throw
uh,
the black men under the bus. God, even
um,
on the good side, they always.
if
I'm
by chance
joking.
our audience isn't familiar with you, man, how would you describe yourself to an audience? How would you introduce
How
yourself?
would I introduce? Well, first off, I would do like I normally do. Hey, world, what's good? It's your boy LG, and I'm back with another video. I'm here with Dane. I'm just got off work, y'all. Excuse me. I just got off work not too long ago. So tonight was actually not a bad night. So I'm over here
Hell yeah.
low key counting money. I was just telling, I was just talking to Great Pet. So y'all see me getting to the bag. You think I'm worried about these clowns? We gonna do some boss moves. Why I got I got the rubber bands on my wrists. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a rapper almost. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't touch me. Not.
No one can, man. That's awesome, dude. Congrats.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
my good nights at work, I don't come home with a stack of cash, so that's awesome, man.
bro. This is actually things just happen to just fall in place tonight. That's all that was, bro. Like I am not even playing with you. Things just all happen to fall in place. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna have fun with it, and we're gonna go with it. That's what we're gonna do.
Well,
But
yeah.
thank you once again for having me on this. Thank you
Oh,
for
for
thinking of
sure.
me.
And everyone, check out LG's channel. It is definitely linked in the description. He just released the Strip Club DJ Mix Volume 9 Rock and Rap Edition. So if you haven't checked that
Yeah,
out, check it out, man.
yeah.
But yeah, check out his channel. So yeah, let's get right to the reacting, I suppose.
Let's get to it. Oh boy.
Ukulele, and
Oh,
then
I did want to say too, though. By the way, like if you haven't read Isom, you can read Isom for free on these two websites.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
So if you're just kind of curious about like what everybody's talking about Isom and Eric July and Rippaverse and stuff, man, you gotta read this shit, brother, because it's fucking good. All right, Rippaverse. Anyway, nope.
Huh. So that kind of okay. So obviously he's being disingenuous there, but
Very.
I'd have to think if he
And he
heard me
sucks at.
do that voice, wouldn't that kind of be him? I'm guessing that would have been part of his pattern to call me a bigot of some sort. But
Right, right,
it's totally
right,
cool for him to do a voice like that,
right.
and
That boy couldn't even
you
say
know,
brother right. He was trying so hard. You
yeah,
could
it
hear
definitely
him.
didn't flow off of his tongue.
Right. You can hear him stuttering. Like he does with everything else. And that's funny. T Slays 445. Man, that man. Shout out to T Slays because
Yeah.
he had to wait 4 days to be subscribed. From what I heard you had to wait 4 days to be subscribed. I don't know if
Sometimes it's
that's
even
true.
longer. It depends.
Okay,
4 days. He was feeling generous on this day to allow him to
okay,
comment in his channel.
right. So basically, he had to wait 4 days to comment, and then he's now on the front page. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that kind of patience. If I don't like shit, I ain't doing it. I, that's why
Yeah.
I have not been over there. Like honestly, I applaud you for doing this shit. To be honest with you, because I don't have time for that. If I see that stuff, like if I see that I gotta follow you for a certain amount of time in order for me to comment on your stuff, I'm not even dealing with it. It's the same thing with Twitch. It's like
You shouldn't,
hey,
man.
I'm like,
It's totally
why?
not worth it. Yeah,
It-
I agree with you. I got banned from his channel right away. Like right after that 4 days, I said something like, I don't know. One guy said I'd like to give an alternate opinion. And I said, yeah, it would be nice to hear from him. I got banned for saying that. So I don't know.
wow.
It's not worth it. If you disagree once, you're gonna be banned. So yeah.
But that takes away the fun from it. But we'll
Oh, for
hold
sure.
on to that. Hold on to that. We'll come back to that later. But go ahead.
Nah.
Let's keep it going.
Nobody called Eric July a slur. I'll call you a slur,
Oh.
you idiot. See, that's a slur. Like you think of slur as a specific thing, but I didn't call him a slur. Nobody here
I-
called him a slur.
I did. I did.
Yeah, that's right. Charles did.
Okay, so that's awesome.
I did.
It's like
I did. What the fuck?
nobody called him a slur. Nobody called Eric.
Oh,
I did.
I did. That boy
Yeah.
sound like why he
and
got
then
why his
this
content
guy.
character looks like he his cartoon avatar look like one of them 1920s cartoons though.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen him, but
Ichabod Crane looking ass.
it kind of works. He is very Ichabod-y, but
Oh shit.
yeah. I guess Dane just totally blacked this out in his memory, but yeah, the guy who calls himself CP, that Ichabod Crane looking guy. Why would anyone ever call themselves CP? But yeah, that guy. He just happens to have some choice words for Eric July. In case anyone else's memory can't bring these to light. Yeah, this is what he had to say.
Charles did.
Let's see.
Yeah, Uncle Tom.
For real.
Ooh. Oof.
and then he's gonna say it
Yeah,
on
I
the
said it.
camera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I said it.
That's
Shouldn't
no,
even
dude.
do
I mean, look at how he look at the work he does for the Blaze. Yeah, totally.
Black people don't live in homes in Queens. Like, what the fuck?
That's true. Never
What
happened,
is
bro.
wrong with
Bullshit.
him?
All right.
Uncle Tom,
If
welcome
ever
back.
there was an example that critics are completely
So I know a bunch of people kind of showed that first one, but he called them it a second time in the exact same video. It just happened to be right close to when they actually played the video, so that one doesn't get nearly as much play. On top of that, he was just even more offensive in this thing.
Is that
too.
not Eric July on the left?
No, he's on the right.
See, that looks like his
So, I
him
happen to
from his
know
band
that,
promo.
you know, they
photo.
would
He wasn't-
definitely use that as a sign that, you know, I'm a bigot if I were to, you know, conflate two characters who or two gentlemen who happen to be, you know, of a different color than myself. I know that would be proof that I'm bigoted, but
Right, but
know,
it's okay when
he
they
can-
do it.
yeah, well, he can not only call him a slur multiple times, but then he can also say, "Oh, is it the black guy on the left or the black? I don't know. They all look the same to me." Is essentially
Right.
what I'm getting from that statement. So first, I don't think Eric July ever looked like that guy. Like if this is him at his heaviest, come on, he looks nothing like that guy who was sitting in the chair. I happen to know that you know, Charles or CP, he just happens to be upset that
CP.
you know, Eric July kind of went off on his friend and really kind of roasted him. So because of that, he now considers that he won't stay out of the mud. Apparently, that mud is racism, and he's just fine getting in there.
First
and,
of
you know,
all, this
saying
dude looks
slurs.
like he's gonna tip his hat, milady hit ass. Okay, he like let's not do that. If he
does
was in
look
my
like
life,
a neckbeard a little bit,
bro, if
he looks like he is accustomed to a fedora, if you will.
you might as well, cause good God, dog, I can't. And they got the nerve to talk about look in the camera like he gonna do something. Boy, if Eric July blew just in your direction, he'll break 2 bones already. Okay, your bones will be broken, dog. Let's not do that, bro. You what are you gonna do, bro? Like you not gonna do shit. Eric's arm hair,
Well,
Eric July's
He
arm
might
hair is
write a
stronger than
strongly
you.
worded letter. I'm thinking that's his recourse on this one. You know, it's a play out of the Karen book, but even then, I don't know if he has the.
Wait.
I don't know, gumption to talk to the actual manager. I think he would just write a letter afterwards.
Wait, the only thing stronger than on him that's stronger than Eric July is his prescription.
That's true. That is true.
Dog, and I wear glasses, but come on, bro. That boy's glasses look thick as hell, bro. Come on, man. Let's not do this.
And then,
Whew.
just in case anyone forgot about Dane in this as well, the other arbiter of who is a bigot or not, let's not forget Dane's comparisons.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're a chunky monkey. It's still, you know,
And again, I'm still waiting to hear what a fake Irishman is. So
Well,
until
also-
he defines that, I'll
So again, this is his justification for the whole it's okay to use the UT slur because he somehow, you know, called his friend a fake Irishman. So because you called him a fake Irishman, now it's okay. You can be as racist as you want to be. 2 wrongs make a right, apparently, in his book.
It wasn't
Um,
even wrong. Like if you get called a
no.
fake Irishman, like here's the thing: is like these are the people that they don't know how to do the roasting thing, right? Because I get told this one little baby joke, I get to go and well, that's why your mom left you. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you like you? These people don't know they don't have tact.
No. Yeah, I think
At
that's a
all.
great way of putting it. Like, it reminds me a lot of, you know, like the kid on the playground who, you know, takes it to that whole new level. Like, everyone's just kind of teasing, but then he threatens to, like, I don't know, kill your parents or something like that. It's like, hey, man, we were just talking about your shoes or something. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
It feels like he's totally taking it to another level. And one that, you know, really seems uncalled for. But I guess he's going to justify it by the time he's done explaining. Everyone will understand why he's okay to use a slur. So again, there was the fake Irishman part, but I'm sure there's more justification.
still stand by what I
Look,
said.
and here's why your comment means less than nothing to anybody here.
Oh,
Anybody who
okay.
is fucking showing
Let's
up
talk.
to say this shit. You don't care when Eric July uses slurs for gay people or trans people or fucking anybody. You disingenuous fucking lack of moral motherfuckers. You don't give a fuck about slurs. You're fucking.
But neither
So
do you.
I think where good point. He's not saying anything when his, you know, co-host is actually saying the slurs. In fact, he's
Right.
cool with it, and when he's justifying it, he's cool with that. But the only way that you can talk about his behavior is if you go after Eric July first, and everybody else, once the world is all, you know, non-racist, non-slurry, then you can come back to
talk
them.
to me. Right. No,
Yeah,
no,
that doesn't
no.
seem to make sense.
No,
the other part
most-
that I think is just completely unreasonable is like Eric July isn't going around saying you're a bigot, you're a bigot. These guys are. So if you're going to keep, casting these labels on other people, it seems like you should have to hold that same standard up to yourself. These guys don't
First.
seem to be doing that.
First, you should hold yourself to that standard first.
Yeah.
That's the
Well, if you
problem.
had principle.
On principle, and this is why I don't like how these people operate on principle, the principle how they operate. But once again, I'm saving that for my part at the end. But like, how dare you sit up here and call me a slur? You call Eric Elias like these are the people that will literally sit up here and just say everything. Like, this is why I hate talking with these people. Like, there is no conversation there. These people do not care about morals. You're talking about lack of morals. Like, that's a whole lot of projection, Brucko. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's
What-
sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. I see nothing but projection from these guys. And then,
They're doing one of these, and every time you point, every time you point, what happens when you point? One
Well, you
finger
got
at
three
somebody
pointing
else.
back at you.
Every
Yeah.
time.
But these guys don't seem to take that into account. And in fact, they have very weak arguments.
Well,
For
they're just weak,
instance,
period.
Dane's argument for why he's not racist is he watched Star Trek and he read X-Men. So, he gets a pass where everybody else,
That's
he's
the
not going to
weakest
ask whether
excuse
you
he could've-
watch Star Trek or X-Men. But that's the reason why we all know that Dane's not racist. As for CP, I don't know. Apparently, he's not above getting in the mud. So,
Well, here is, I mean, you could have said, damn, you could have at least said that is the weakest reasoning I've ever heard in my life, right? You could have at least
Yeah.
said, I watch BET once an hour, once a day or some shit.
well, that's a bridge too far. Everyone would know that he's lying
No.
about that. But Star Trek, maybe he could have
No,
watched
you-
Star Trek.
But see, that's the thing. It wouldn't result. Even when you say it, it doesn't make sense.
No,
Because you
no,
could at
and
least said
there's no way
BET
you
would
would
have
accept
been.
that from anybody else. Like if he's calling somebody a bigot and they're like, well, I read X-Men. Okay, like there is zero chance he's going to accept that as an excuse.
Exactly.
But that's what he seems to
You
give.
could have said BET, and then we could have been like, bro, whatever, dog. Like, okay.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense. He's also gone with the other trope that he has a black friend, but that black friend is the friend who calls Eric July many slurs.
But see,
and
here's the
keeps
funny,
getting told not
part.
to.
The black friend, the last black person that I saw, like when I looked on Dane's channel,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's probably the same one. He's got.
I
one
don't
friend.
know. I think it may have been. I don't know, but I did
Sketchy
see him
Got
talking
Hands?
to. Is that what it was? Was he doing a comic book?
Oh no! Okay, so I think he's got a black friend and a black acquaintance. That creator. I'm not sure if he would consider himself a friend. If so, then he's got two. But it's not that creator. That comic book guy. He's actually done quite a bit of cool stuff. I'm not sure. That is not the one that they were thinking of. Sketchy Got Hands is his friend who regularly is told not to call Eric July a slur.
Oh,
He's the one who gave him the chunky monkey pass.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he got the black pass. So we can rag on Sketchy Got Hands too. Then that's the case.
Well, I mean, he's willing to give Dane the pass, but
I mean, well, that's guilt by association at that point.
it seems like it. He's also willing to hang out with people who call black people slurs. So.
I don't make these rules. This is what
Yeah.
I don't make the rules. This is the rules, but they put out. Once
Yeah,
again, I'm
we're
saving
trying to
that part
follow
for
their
later.
rules.
I'm saving that for the home run later.
I'm
don't-
seeing a pattern here.
Exactly,
These guys
exactly.
are looking at patterns.
You picking?
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like
Yeah.
that. I like I like that. Let's try to keep trucking here.
Just cynical pieces of shit who are trying to
Oh,
wage a
is that
fucking
what we are?
culture war, and it's obvious you don't actually give a shit. You don't fucking care. Even if somebody here had actually said some egregious slur, right? Like, and I don't think anybody did. I
did.
It's
And
not.
And I don't think anyone here said anything egregious. I did.
All right. Again,
so-
you forgot just that quick. The same thing that organized. That's the same thing that Organized Chaos did when he had that little standoff with Eric July, right? He said some off the wall dumb shit. Eric July
Yeah.
called him out on it. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You just said it 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, you
I didn't-
literally just said
Like,
that.
how do y'all forget that quick?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a special. There is a medical term for that. I guarantee you there is.
I think there is. I don't know if we're allowed to say it anymore, but yeah, I agree with you. There's definitely.
I mean, I'll say it, but I just don't want your channel to get taken down, dog. I mean, I can say
yeah.
it. I don't. I have no problems calling them that word because I'll go get me a black and white striped shirt and get me a whistle, and call it like this.
Yeah, you're calling it like you see it. Fair enough. Maybe he's going to elaborate further, and then we'll totally understand where he's coming from.
Not even egregious. It's not even egregious. I've
Well,
seen other
no,
people say the
no,
exact
no.
same shit.
It's all about
I've
context.
heard
And
a
the thing
ton of
that
people
they
say that,
always
so-
leave out about that video is they show a close up of me saying it, and they leave out the part of the video where it's Eric's video where he's talking about somebody that looks like him fucking 10 years ago, and he calls him an obese man, and he's going on calling
have
him
been
a bunch
10
of
years
fucking
ago.
slurs, and they always
So I did see you mistake a black man for Eric July. I don't know. Was that
So he's
the
talking
part
about
he's
that
talking
same.
about?
He's talking about that video
Yeah.
with Jody's Corner.
Yes,
I
I couldn't think
remember
of that guy's name.
I remember that video because I reacted to that video and that shit was funny. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. Eric July toasted the fuck out that man, and
Well,
that shit was fucking good.
he tried to come at Eric July, and he just did not have the same amount of
It
you know,
just didn't
roasting
work.
skill.
It didn't
Yeah,
work.
it
It was
didn't
it
go
was
in his
bad.
favor at all.
Oh, it was, and the internet loved it. Okay, I saw the clip and then I saw the full video for context. And please believe, I did a reaction video the next day. Okay, it was good. Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't checked that out, I think it's still available. I know I was able to watch it, but sometimes he does monetize his haters, so it might not be. But yeah, check it out, Jody's Corner on Eric July's channel.
I
It's
do have a
quite the debate.
reaction on it. I have a reaction on it. If you guys want to see it, it's still up on my
Yeah,
channel.
and definitely check out LG's reaction on there too. That debate is worth being seen. If you liked kind of where Eric was going at the end of the organized chaos debate, where he, he definitely he took the bait when Bob was kind of race baiting him, telling him that he wasn't that he didn't have the best interest of his own people in mind, and he kind of went off on Bob. If you liked his kind of reaction to Bob there's a lot of similarities with this Jody thing, but the dude tries to do that to Eric July and really just gets smoked. So check that out if you have any interest in that type of
that was
interaction.
That was crazy. That was
managed to
wild.
block that part out. So it's interesting when he calls somebody something, we don't need to talk about that.
Right. Until you give a fuck about all slurs being used against people, don't show up here expecting anybody to take seriously your fucking bullshit. Okay, man, because it just
So everything else, every right in the world must be wronged, and then he'll actually take a look at his own actions or his own sides, if you will. That seems like a horrible standard.
That
Like you
seems like
mentioned,
a standard of somebody that doesn't care.
yeah. Like you mentioned, why wouldn't you hold yourself to the standard first? That seems like the only principled stance. You know, if you're not going
Right.
to lead by example, why would anyone else do what you're supposing they should do or proclaiming they should do?
Right. And these are the people that
Oh, they're the
that think
good
they're
guys,
leading.
remember?
Yeah, they're leading the charge and for what's right, allegedly.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they're saying now. They're the ones leading the way.
Oh, yeah, they're
These
protecting
are
the
new
internet
age
for all of us.
I can't even
shows
say
you
that with
for
I
an
can't say that with a
amoral,
straight face.
unethical fucking simp for a grifter. You know, so yeah, I call him a
Oh.
grifter. We call him a grifter because that's what they are. We've proven it time and time.
He hasn't, though. There isn't one thing that he's proven. So he
that-
might have proven that perhaps he had a slight change of heart to Miles Morales. That part I've
Maybe,
seen.
and
that, like,
even-
apparently at one point he was saying that like Miles Morales seems a little bit more fleshed out than some of these other characters. I've still never seen him say that he loves Miles Morales or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
I don't think he's ever been a fan of it, but
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Even that,
Tokenization.
changing your opinion, then saying like, no, he really is a token character. I don't like this character.
Yep.
That doesn't come off as grifting to me. That comes off as a change of heart, which, I feel like many of these guys have probably gone through that in the last 10 years as well. But
Right.
I don't know. Grifting to me implies you have to have some sort of
Swindling.
lying
There's
or ulterior
a
motive.
video. There was a video there's a guy that was breaking down. I gotta find that video, and I can't find it for the life of me. I'll probably link it to you. But there was a guy that broke down what a grifter was. Right. Basically, it was just like they're basically a grift is like a somebody that participates in a small scale swindling. Right.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, right? How in the world, if this is a grift, if he's saying that the comics are a grift, right? Eric July's comics are a grift. How is it that I have ISOM number 1 and 2 delivered
With some
in my
awesome
hands?
covers too.
Exactly, in my fucking hands. You can
Yeah.
hear. This is not Photoshop, okay? So if there was a grift, then why would people have these in their hands?
When it seems weird, like every single step along the way, they've said it's going to be a grift. Like, okay, it's going to be a pre-order grift. You're never actually going to get anything. Okay, you're going to get it, but they're all going to come damaged or they're going to come late. Okay, well, you all got it, but this is just a one-time thing. He's not going to keep going. Okay, so now episode
He's doing it
issue
again.
2
Well,
is
now
out.
now the
Okay, but now he's got a warehouse and that's just empty, so that's a grift too. I don't know. Like, at
well
any
now
point,
the reviews don't count. The positive reviews don't count now because they're all positive. You know what I'm saying?
That's-
Like
That's true. He does have that conspiracy theory, and there's a couple others that like the Blaze is paying for all of these comics, the issues of it.
Yeah,
That
I
somehow
guess
donating them is all the grift too.
I guess
But
I'm
none
the
of that's
Blaze then because I
explained.
paid for I paid for my copy. I guess my name must be the Blaze then. I mean, should I
Yeah.
change my name to the Blaze? Because I paid for my copy. I paid for my
Well,
ketchup pack. I paid.
maybe yours was like the only one that Glenn Beck didn't pay for. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, so they keep saying that they've proved it, and Dane just released a hour-long video all on this that really doesn't go through it. But I'm gonna take a closer look on that in the upcoming episodes. But
Have fun.
I haven't been able to find anything that they've shown is 100% a grift. So I'm really interested as to what they're talking about, but I'm sure they're not going to explain it right here.
And
Go
again,
ahead.
the best y'all can do is a half-ass, half-hearted, oh, you said a slur. Fuck off, nice guy.
No, you said multiple.
Right.
And we're gonna have to get to Mr.
Oh, look,
Brick
it's
too, by the way.
it's
Can't forget
Mr.
that
It's
because
Mr. Beardy.
he's going around striking DMCA striking motherfuckers.
Oh,
left
here's
and
oh,
right.
this is the other
He
one. This is
got
the other
my
grift.
account on Twitter
Mhm.
suspended until I deleted the offending remark.
Can we start calling him Air Bricks Reloaded?
I've been.
Well, I mean,
okay.
he's someone who's
I
against
don't know.
government.
I suppose that would be a pretty good insult if you somehow did get Eric July, somehow associated with Eric's Reloaded. That does seem rather insulting. So I can understand why they'd want to use his name as an insult to Eric July. But I don't know. This just seems. Well, I'll let Dane talk for himself here.
please.
But
Go
let's
ahead.
let him explain his actions.
Sure.
Until copyright.
Until it benefits him. So
Yeah, I know.
hypocrisy works so weird sometimes.
You know, I've
not
always thought that
exactly
like
how
one of the unspoken
libertarians-
rules with like the chud fandom is you don't copyright strike people because you do the same stuff, like you react to other people's content. So
Yeah.
the minute you start striking them, they can start striking you back, and then it just becomes this endless battle of striking.
Well,
So there were a bunch of really dumb points right there. I'm kind of glad I stopped it here. So Dane is about to give his explanation of his actions really soon, but I feel like there's 2 points I need to address there. So
Okay.
first off, the guy who calls himself CP, again, use your middle name, your middle initial, something. Why would anyone call themselves CP?
Wait, is it? Please don't tell me his middle. It would be funny as hell if his middle initial was like A.
Well, I mean, that would make it
that's
slightly.
it would make it
would
better
make it slightly
because
less offensive than just CP, but
Right.
it would also be fitting if it is A.
it'd be because that's all he's doing is capping right now. Like,
Oh
it's-
yeah,
you know,
that's it.
all of
But-
them. Like seriously, I don't take any of these clowns seriously, especially Eric's Reloaded stupid ass. This motherfucker right here. This I can't do it, but you get the point. Him right here.
Yes.
Stupid ass. Can't even. He don't even know
he's a
what color to
DJ.
keep his beard.
DJ Eric. I guess I can't talk about his beard color, seeing as how I have
No, you know what,
SJW
your hair-
hair at the same time right
Look,
now.
hey,
but,
no, your hair. We gonna pull a page out of their book. Dog, your hair look good. Okay, don't
Oh,
worry about
well,
that.
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I just figured I probably can't insult that, but I don't want to match my hair to my glasses to like a chain. Like I don't know. I feel like if you accessorize with your hair color, it's a little weird. It's a little
just-
eccentric.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, look, you just look like one of these. That's okay.
Hey,
That's what
it's my inspiration, man. I want to go fast. Okay, I want to be fast. But yeah, I feel like there's 2 points I got to address here. So first off, with CP, he's talking. So he's got like this lower than surface level understanding of libertarianism that like, okay, so if you oppose the government, you have no recourse of any kind against any transgression of any kind that happens to you.
That's
He's
not,
saying like, oh, they
you know.
certainly love the government when they can use it. It's like,
no
shit.
It's
Like you can
the government
oppose a
is a tool.
system and
The
still
government-
use the system.
The government to them is supposedly it's a tool. It's not necessarily, from my understanding of libertarianism. I could be wrong, but they don't like the government having that much power. They don't like the fact
Yeah.
that they think that actually, in some cases, well, in the case of Eric, because he's more anarcho-capitalist, you
Mhm.
can abolish the whole entire thing. From what I
For
understand,
sure.
I could be wrong on that, but like I
But
said, I don't.
Because
but
he
in-
believes that like it should be abolished doesn't mean that he can't, like use like okay, so
especially
because
if
he
you break
believes
the
that
if you break the
if
law.
he pays taxes, is he now going against his principle and like therefore he could never pay taxes or he shouldn't be driving on any roads? It's like that's ridiculous. There's been numerous lines of thinking or whatever you want to call it, philosophies within libertarianism that kind of
Right.
explain that. I know he goes in and kind of explains that he's more into like the Rothbardian one, which
Right.
fair enough. But even then, just because you disagree, so like, okay, to bring it to them, they're not Republican. any of them. But if the Republicans were in office, do they just not get any sort of, redress to government because they didn't want this government, so they can't use any of the systems? Like, that would be ridiculous. Like, just because you're
Exactly.
wanting a different form or like a different leader doesn't mean you can't use the system that's currently in place. That just seems stupid.
Exactly. And then it also doesn't mean that you're not protected from certain things that happen.
Yeah.
So if you
exactly.
break the law, if the law is broken, right, or if you break the law, which is literally what happened to Dane.
Yeah.
Okay. If you break the law or you break a guideline in the terms of service of the site, when it comes down to that, which I think he admits to in this
Oh,
clip.
yes. I
So
think as soon as we hit play.
yeah, as soon as so if he admits it, he has nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and once again, that's going to go into my point later because
Yeah.
that right there is a big one. Because that's
And then DJ Eric, he's got this really dumb point here that reactors shouldn't be striking other reactors. It's like, okay, so first off, no one who did a reaction to ISIM has ever been struck. This isn't that.
Right.
This isn't a one-for-one reactor. On top of that, Eric July doesn't do many reactions or anything like that. Like, he gives his opinion. He has a lot of videos.
commentary.
But I don't see, commentary. I don't see him doing reaction videos. Like what we're doing here, I don't see Eric July doing. Every once in a while, he'll play like a snippet. But even then, it's commentary. It's not like a reaction.
I'm
So
doing
I don't feel like he fits into that same category.
Well, you're reacting. I'm commentary. Okay.
Fair enough.
But
I am reacting.
actually, you know what?
guess.
We'll call it. I'm doing color commentary.
And I'm doing sans color commentary. Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Now,
couldn't resist that. That
let's
was right
have
there.
Dane describe how.
What?
Let's have him describe his character right here.
Let's go ahead. Let's go.
So
Let me defend him a bit, okay? And this is weird, but this post that I did is pretty it's pretty egregiously fucking bad faith.
That's right.
Wait,
But
let it go. Let it go.
It is not unique to just this post, but at least he's admitting that this one is egregiously bad faith.
And the reason why he feels bad, is because he has to suck it up and deal with the fact that he actually did something bad. There's no, he can't squeeze his way out of it.
No.
Okay, but go ahead.
No.
Continue.
It's
This
pretty
image-
easy with these guys. They're egregiously bad faith too. Let's not get
Oh,
too
right.
I found
Yeah,
Right.
Eric July is being egregiously bad faith by offering a comic book to people. I
Right,
don't
and people
understand.
buy, and once again that people buy.
Yeah, and actually receive in
And it-
quite a timely manner. If I
And
remember right,
exactly.
you didn't place the order for that ketchup packet. You didn't wait the whole time. Like, it seemed like that was actually pretty quick fulfillment, and they would have done the
Yeah.
ones who had placed it before that even. So
Yeah, they
It seems
did.
like it's pretty
So
quick,
I got
super.
mine today. Like I got mine. They did it by. Wait, what did I place my order? I placed my order right when the day it opened. It was a little bit later in the day, but it was the first day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he did the ketchup packet a little bit later than the
No,
first
it
day.
was-
So my bad. I misunderstood that.
No, it was all available. Like I checked. When I checked, I was like, "Is the ketchup pack available the first day?" And it was. I was like, "Pay my
Cool.
money for it." Fuck yeah.
'Cause I remember you saying that, like, you had asked him, like, "Hey, can we get like that ketchup?" And then like he ended up doing
Yeah.
that. For some reason I thought that meant that it was after that initial date. So never mind. But still,
Right.
that's not bad fulfillment. I know, there's other people who have been waiting for other comics. There's quite a few that are quite behind the due date or whatever.
right,
But
especially those super killer ones. The ones that are.
yeah. So I don't know what was promised in that one, but I do know, some of the other big names definitely have been a little bit more delayed than this. So I don't know. It seems like he's on track, which is
Right.
pretty cool. So
Right.
I'm not seeing what is bad faith and what he's doing. I'm sure Dane will explain, he was egregiously bad faith, but it's okay because Eric did it in this way. I'm sure he's going to explain it right here.
Right. Well, hope
found
so.
where there were two comic piracy websites that were both hosting ISOM #1.
Mhm.
And I said, well, shit, I'm going to help him out and get me more eyeballs on that book. I'm sure more people need to read it, right? Maybe they'll buy, maybe pump those #2 sales numbers up. And so I made this image, and I made it look as close to an official image as I could. And I just started.
You can't even say that without laughing. Yeah, there is no shot that he did this to get eyes on ISIM. He did this to literally try and undercut, what would you call it? A business of color.
Right.
I
Just
don't
a
know
business
exactly.
period, but yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
well, to
that.
undercut a business, but again,
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's actually funny? Out of all the little memes and bullshit that he's done, this is actually his best work.
No, it actually doesn't sicken me looking at it. It doesn't look like a PowerPoint presentation. I guess
Right.
that's because he wasn't going for his own style. He was trying to, copy ISIM. So I agree with you. Out of all of them, this actually could be the best. But, Yeah, there's not much comedy
just-
going on here, so maybe that's why it
I mean,
didn't exactly turn out like his other ones. He wasn't going for a joke.
he probably would have missed it anyway because he doesn't. His jokes don't land.
I think that's my issue with most of his PowerPoint graphics. But yeah, I'm sure he'll explain the rest of it. You know, he's just trying to get eyes on Isom. He's trying to do
Right,
Eric a
right,
huge
right,
favor
right.
here.
Right.
Sharing around saying, "Oh look, wow, I can't believe he did that."
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Like where someone came up with the idea of like linking to media like this. I mean, I can see why they were pissed off, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
Can you?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Like, is this even covered under DMCA? Because
Yes, 100%. You can't link to. So first off, he's portraying it as if this is actually them doing it, and then he's linking to two pirated things. Like, yes, this is 100% against it. That's why it was taken down. Does he really need to ask this question? Like, he already knows that Dane was banned for this. Like, I don't know.
Well, is there? Because I think he's gonna ask about loopholes too. Like, oh, that could be a loophole. Like, the only loopholes are the ones that's on your face. The glasses that's on your face. You don't even got lenses on them hoes. Okay, I've seen your glasses. You don't have lenses. Okay. Stop disrespecting people that actually wear glasses, okay?
Good point. Good point.
I mean, like it feels like a gray area, honestly.
This
Oh,
is definitely
yes,
his
totally
image,
gray
you know. And I could if I
Who
really cared
knows?
enough, I could say it's a satire. I was satirizing a libertarian who would never.
Wait,
Okay.
let him finish the statement. Satirize a little
All
bit.
right. Sorry. Satirizing a libertarian that would never.
give away his comic book for free,
All right.
right? But
DMCs are antiquated. By the way, I always talk.
That just.
That would
okay,
never
so
get his comic book for free. So wait. He didn't give it out because he didn't give it out for free, which was another detractor that says some stupid shit like this. Okay, because Eric didn't give it out for free. It's a grift. That was another thing. Okay, why expect him to give it out for fucking free? Why?
Well, does Dane really think that he's like so big brain that he just figured out a loophole to like any sort of copyright law? That no, it's a satirization because Walmart would never let you have this for free, or Amazon would never let you have this for free.
Bro, he
You know,
tried that shit with any
name
of
the
those
company.
companies.
There's no companies that just give you shit for free. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
it
and even if
doesn't
they
negate
did-
copyright law because you're doing it as a satire because nobody would ever do that. It's like you're an idiot. Like I'm sorry.
Like, this
Dane,
isn't
like,
satire.
I
This is
question
stupidity.
your IQ at this point.
This isn't satire. It's stupidity. Like it's
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you thought the $35 price tag was too steep, you know what I'm saying? Like we already knew it was some bullshit. Like
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone actually fell for this, and especially like if it, came from Dane. That being said, he is putting eyes on these pirated versions of it. I'm sure he did cause someone to go to this link as opposed to actually checking out the book.
Right. Which
That seems like it would be detrimental. Like, can you ever prove the amount? No. But you don't have to do that with the DMCA thing. You just have to say, yeah, this is a infringement on my rights. So you
Which
need
it
to take
is.
it down.
a clear
And that's what they
infringement.
did.
This is
Yeah.
a clear and that's I'm saving it for later. Save it for later. Go ahead.
All right. But yeah, okay. I guess DJ Eric is going to explain why the
Stop calling
DMCA.
him a DJ because he can't. That band couldn't
Oh
mix
no,
his
he's
way.
got a channel. If you haven't seen, he spins records on YouTube.
Okay,
yeah.
I spin records on. Oh, he must have got that idea from me then. You little-
It seems like he has. Perhaps he's infringing on.
all right, I'm
I
about
don't
to
know.
DMCA him.
So
No,
I
that's
think
alright.
that's what these guys are thinking that is. But I don't know. Like the
Let's hear
DMCA, there could definitely be more. It could be a more thorough system, but
True.
I don't know. Like I have definitely seen people abuse the system. It has
Same.
issues with it. I've definitely seen people who didn't have the copyright go after people and get them struck for it.
Or
But-
just people, I think, or strike down people that literally that didn't mean it for
Yeah.
the way they thought it was. It was just really a good thing, and it just so happened to fit or whatever. But like this is none of that. Like this,
Yes. This is nowhere near
this-
a gray area. This is egregious, as Dane said in the beginning of it.
right here,
But
this right here, bad.
I'm sure Eric is just going to say, why the DMCA makes no sense and why we should get rid of it. I'm sure he'll make perfect sense here.
Okay.
Down about them. I think it's a really bad system. They need something new, something different. Because there are issues like this where there's gray areas in DMCAs. But I also heard that some people are getting DMCA'd by people that are not Eric July saying that they are, and stuff's getting taken down.
Yeah.
Again, these are allegations. It's not happening.
if you have followed the last couple of streams, there's seems to be a false flagging campaign happening.
False
by a
flagging.
certain.
So it became, now there's a false flagging campaign from I did this egregiously bad faith post, but now there's a false flagging campaign. So
Right.
it's changed in the matter of a couple of days. I can't remember. I think this was a Friday stream. The other one was like a Wednesday
I think
stream.
was this the one where he was talking about something completely different?
I think
think-
so.
yeah.
He kept peppering Eric July throughout this, so it's kind of a
That's funny.
collection from that stream, but a lot of
That's
it's what he
funny.
went over in the last one. So
That's funny.
Yeah,
They-
but,
he can't seem to keep Eric July's name out of his mouth. Like
that's true.
it's almost as if he's Uncle. You know what I'm saying? You know, Uncle.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, apparently he spent over a year researching this guy.
Right,
and
right.
just,
Researching.
obsessing over it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the word. Researching.
Yeah.
Not okay. That's what we're calling it nowadays. Yeah.
Oh, no, he was
Obsessing
just
over.
building his case. You don't understand. He's
Right,
a
for-
detective here.
Right, boy, and he
Yeah.
can't detect his own bullshit. Anywho, let me
He
let me
can't.
stop.
Or his company anyway.
Bad LG.
People who are posting fucking pictures of a certain comic book. It's ISOM. People who are posting photos of the ISOM comic book. By
gonna
the
give us some
He
history
can't even
there.
do. He can't even do.
Um,
He can't even do
on
subtleties,
Twitter,
right?
I'm sorry, X, have had their stuff flagged and had to remove it in order to unlock their account. And I know this is happening partially because it happened to me.
Why
so-
did it happen to you, Dane?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I kind of got this ball rolling, and for that, I kind of apologize to anybody that's been affected by this campaign that they've gone on that started with me.
Well, that's kind of big of you to kind of take kind of some responsibility for kind of getting this going, and that's
Kind of
kind
good, I
of
guess.
saying a lot. At the same time, it's saying nothing and taking no responsibility for anything. But yeah, okay.
Right.
Let's.
I don't
keep
think
going.
it. Yeah, we'll let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
But at the same time, you're taking one for the team, and he is revealing. They're revealing who they are at the Rippaverse company.
People who
Right.
don't want to be pirated.
It's their fault, right? You're right. Right. It's,
I made this image because I thought it would be funny, and it is. It's funny to me. It's still funny. It's actually been way funnier than I expected it to be. It almost looks like kind of a legit Rippaverse branded image because it's got the logo there. It's got the appropriate coloring and stuff. Is like the orange situation back there in the background. And I even complimented it. The way that they're always talking about it, like almost $4 million for a comic book, and all. I pumped it up in the text, and then I linked to 2 comic book piracy websites that were each hosting the entirety of ISOM #1, and I figured it would get some kind of reaction out of him because the guy's the most reactive motherfucker on the planet. Whether it's because he's
Unless
got
he's
super
compared to
thin
you.
skin or because he does it to grift, or a combination of the two. I don't know. Who knows? But
Again,
You know
okay,
what? I'm
so
gonna say
I
like
could see
this.
thin skin maybe. Like, if someone's talking shit on Eric July, he does tend to say, like, what are you talking about? Let's talk about it. Like, he does have that whole monetize
that's
your
fair.
hater thing. I guess you could somehow spin that around to be thin skinned as opposed to, like, willing to take on almost any confrontation. But the whole grifter thing again, he just doesn't explain what the grift is or what part is a grift. I
Oh,
don't know. I'd
these
like
new
him to
age
explain it.
these new age criminals are so funny. Back in the day, you can hide your crimes. It was easy to hide your crimes. Now it's just the police have an easy time of doing this because they just tell on themselves now. Like you
Yeah.
legit told on yourself twice.
When he
Twice.
tried to like frame it in a slightly better way after hiding the previous stream, yeah, he just
Well,
told
it
on
wasn't.
himself again.
Well, I really didn't do it that bad. I just, I just did it, and it just so happened to be bad. I really didn't steal that thing. I just 5-finger discounted it, and then I
Mhm.
stole it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that bad.
And I'm
That's
sure
what he sounds like.
the
Fucking
movie
A.
companies, they wouldn't take down his post if he linked to where you could get 2 pirated copies of let's see, what is Barbie. I'm sure that wouldn't take down anything if he did like any of the superhero movies. I'm sure Disney wouldn't come
Right.
after him.
Oh, they'll
I'm
understand.
sure this is unique only to the grifting of Eric July somehow.
Right. Yeah, he won't get thrown in jail and get tossed like a salad. Like he probably wants that shit, to be honest with you. But anyway, he probably would be, he probably wouldn't be tossed in jail, for pirating a Disney movie. You know what I'm saying? They're
Oh,
just
no,
Disney would be like, you
that's
know what, good
unreasonable.
citizen, you know what, here you go. Here's $1. Take
know
your
what?
dollar and here
It
this is
was
an
a
extra.
joke. I get it. It was funny. You took our colors. You took our logo. No, it makes sense. It was a funny joke.
Here, matter of fact, forget the $1. Here's 10. Go see the movie. Go.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
you
sure
and a
that's
friend.
how it would go.
Fucking AOs.
I just was kind of curious. What's he gonna do? Right? I wanted to commemorate a year since I first started covering Eric July. It's been a year now because I covered him for the first time in July last year. Funny because
Oh, it's
of
the
course he's
anniversary.
not going to like share something like this and tell people go read my comic for free, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a hyper capitalist grifter. He wants every single, half dime he can get.
Yeah, yes,
As opposed to like
exactly.
any other company, like that is unique only to Eric July as well. Again, any of the companies that you can think of, Walmart, Amazon, those guys, they're not hyper capitalist. They're very, socialist, equitable, if you will. They
Right,
give
they'll let you walk out the store
even
like
amounts to everybody.
right,
Yeah, Apple
and
stores,
not they'll let you
know.
walk out the store. Yeah, that guy that's standing in front of the store, don't mind him. He's
Yeah,
not gonna
they're
do
not-
nothing. Just
They're not looking for
walk out the
every
store.
penny possible for every single item. Like, I don't know. I don't understand this. And then what makes it hyper capitalist as opposed to just capitalist? Like, I don't understand. He uses a bunch of buzzwords but never explains it. I understand that he likes to keep going after Eric July for there's this one quote where Eric July said, "I don't understand." But
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
how
don't
could you understand what the hell Dane's saying when he doesn't ever explain it? And he says, "I explained it in the past," but then he privates all of his videos. So it's like, did he?
Right.
I kind of doubt that. And
Right.
where would this be?
Nobody-
if you had said it before.
Ripperverse Goalpost says something that I because I was like, I noticed something and I made a random post and I was gonna save this part for later, but I'll put this part now. Right. I realized I looked at my channel. I'm actually creeping up on Dane's sub count.
I think you might be over his. Well, at least yours may be honest. I'll put it that way.
I put it
there-
like
some
it's
of
going to
his
be.
subs are in question.
I legit think that in a few days or weeks or so, I probably will pass him. And I might.
Well, hell yeah.
I passed
and if
him.
you
I
guys
passed him in
aren't
views a long time.
subscribed to LG's channel now, do it. This guy's awesome. Check
I
out
just
his
chill.
work. You're gonna love it.
I'm just
Again,
gonna chill out.
check
That's
out
all.
Strip Club DJ Mix Volume 9. It's
9.
amazing. You're
And
gonna love
8 and 7.
it. Well,
and
yeah,
6,
check out
5,
all
4,
of them, but
3, 2,
the most
and
recent
motherfucking
one's
1.
9. Check out
Yeah.
9.
All right.
But help him pass Dane on this. Dane's been stagnant at the same number for quite a while. Wouldn't it be great to get somebody, positive in this community above
Right.
his?
I'm trying to. Man. I'm trying.
Plus, LG deserves it. But
I believe it. I thank you, bro. I appreciate
okay,
it.
let's keep going with this. I'm sure Dane's gonna bring it all around, explain why everything's
let's-
okay with this.
Let's go. Let's do it.
It's all about the cardboard, baby.
Cardboard.
So anyway, I ended up getting a interesting message whenever I logged back into freaking Twitter later on. Like the next day. So my account had been locked because Twitter received a compliant Digital Millennium Copyright Act, the DMCA.
Cardboard.
Wow. Oh, it did say Twitter. This was after it was X too, so they hadn't fully rebranded yet. Interesting. Under the DMCA, copyright owners can notify Twitter claiming that a user has infringed their copyrighted works.
Mm.
And upon receipt of a valid notice, Twitter will remove that content. Exactly. That's what my position was.
No,
It was
I like how
clearly-
he go back to a little bit with Troy McCulture with Pat behind him. I don't care what he said.
Yeah.
Because it was something
Sorry,
else.
I think
valid
it's the
notice,
next
Twitter
comment should
will
be
remove
cool.
that content.
Right there.
I don't want to stoop to their level, but I will. The art for Isom is terrible. It's a quickly drawn mess, and the coloring is off. Now, one thing, I'm not sure if it's where you were going to mention this, but again, they're looking at a pirated copy that the scan is way off. If you look at like anyone's actual picture of it with that scan, the coloring is like completely off. I'm not sure if somebody did that on purpose to kind of, mess with it to perhaps protect against DMCA strikes that like, it's slightly altered, or if it's just a bad scan of it. But either way, it doesn't seem to represent, the accuracy of what you're actually experiencing by holding the book.
I say he said cardboard too, and I'm like, what cardboard? Like this isn't like that's
So
odd. I mean, the only cardboard maybe is this, but like
so that's kind of what it was. So initially, when the comics came in, he had them kind of in these crates, and
the
they said
cardboard,
like they don't even have like cardboard back. So it was again another thing. Like he's not a real comics guy. He's a grifter. He doesn't know that they need.
oh
boards
yeah, I
for
remember
backing,
that.
Like
I
that type of
remember
bullshit.
that. I remember.
I think
that
that's
shit.
what he meant by the cardboard. I know also, they had like those boxes, the Ripaverse ones for.
I got
I'm
the
not
box
sure
that mine came in, the Ripperverse box in cardboard. Yeah, mine did. Oh, sure did.
So I'm not sure which of those cardboard accusations it is, but both of them seem to be, the packaging seems legit. Everything seems to be arriving in good condition. I haven't seen anyone complaining that, the package is insufficient. And then, everyone is getting boards with their comics. So I don't know. There were weird accusations that were going around. So I'm pretty sure that's what he meant by that. But
Probably from people
yeah.
who didn't have the book or didn't read the book.
yeah.
I'm
Well-
sorry, did I say that out loud? Oops.
And yeah, maybe I shouldn't bring this up here. Maybe it belongs in that other one, kind of the response to Dane's long video about Eric July. But yeah, he kind of shows his knowledge with it too. So not only was he looking at a pirated copy, but he looked at a limited portion of the pirated copy. He didn't even read the whole thing, which
Oh, so not only is he stupid, he's extra stupid. Okay, bet.
it would appear so. But
Okay.
you know, we
He's special.
we
He's
already
one of
kind of got the hints of that already with him speaking. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
he basically confirms it on the other one.
Let-
and,
let's keep the smartness going. Let's keep
For
that
sure.
going.
Exactly. That's what my position was. Is like, you know, he's clearly wants people to read it, right?
Okay, so Troy
He
McClure
wants
has one of the
people
dumbest
to-
comments I've ever heard. If he had faith in his product, he would share it.
He did.
He is like sharing where you get it, how you get it, what exactly you'll get, and even sales on the thing. But what he's not doing is giving it out for free. That would be stupid. I don't know. Is he saying like every product that has ever existed that isn't free, that people just didn't have faith in it? Like that just seems like a very ridiculous notion. Of course, you can still stand by your product and have faith in it and expect people to actually buy it. Like, come on, that's just ridiculous.
That's like me going to work and then giving you my money. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. Hey, I
Like,
mean,
why
I'm
would I-
cool with that.
I mean,
but,
of course
I
you
kinda
would
think you
be.
earned that on your shift. But
I'm like,
you know.
come on now. That's like this is but like yeah, I have faith in my ability to work. Here's my money. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't
huh?
seem to make
Like
sense.
I,
But
I get that. Like the idea isn't necessarily wrong. Like let's just be honest. Like I get like, you know, sometimes you do want to like have a couple of perks and stuff in there, or maybe a couple of free things for certain people. But like these people, never mind. Later.
but again,
later.
like, what kind of
later.
product would you hold that same thing for? Like, so okay,
Exactly.
if it's a song, maybe you want to give the song away for free to tempt people to, you know, buy the album or your merch or whatever.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but it's a comic book. Like, he's already shown you the characters, the art. He's kind of walked through the Rippaverse. He's
Right.
shown you like all of the warehouse. He's shown you a lot of what's
Right.
inside the comic. I don't know.
Right.
It feels like he is giving a lot away for free, and he does have faith in the product, and that's why he's
To-
not just discounting the shit out of everything.
Right.
Perhaps
he-
I'm
Well,
leading
he
into
might
something
be.
a
I
little
think
bit
I,
later.
you're right. I think he might be later. But go. Let's keep this going.
All
This is
right.
good. This is getting good.
Let's get some
Okay.
eyeballs on it. And I figured maybe people will read number 1 for free, and then they'll go, you know what? I'm getting in on number 2.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
get some
all
of
he
that
was
number
doing.
2
He was
action,
just
and then
advertising
pay
for
number
number
2.
2.
Maybe number 3. Maybe you know earn some fans.
Free
Of
advertising.
course. But then I find out that apparently he's been copyright striking other people after this. And I've even said that he kind of somewhat had I'm not saying that he had a right to, but he had more of a case to strike my shit because I pretended to be legit, and I just posted it like as if I was sharing his thing, and I said something like on Twitter with it. I was like, wow, I can't believe he would do this, right? So I was clearly being a troll. I'll acknowledge that. Being a dick, it's fun. Whenever you can be a dick to people who are dicks to people all the time, I enjoy it. No shame in that. You can shame me all you want
Right.
to. I'm not gonna feel it.
Right.
He
Just like
doesn't
you
feel
don't-
shame.
He
Don't
doesn't feel shame.
You know, 'cause, like,
there's another thing he
If
doesn't
he
feel either.
shouldn't
But
be able to
that's-
represent, like, pretend to
Yeah, I've got a feeling there might be a few other, human emotions that he doesn't feel as well.
Right, like
But,
like the warm caress of a woman. I'm sorry. Oh,
respect of another human being. You know, I'm
That
pretty
too,
sure he doesn't
respect,
feel
yeah.
that either.
right,
You
especially
know-
from his mother. You know.
Could
Oh,
be
I'm
a
sorry.
sore subject,
it's,
but
it's late. I can't.
yeah, but there's quite a few things that he probably doesn't quite feel. Just like this shame thing.
really
Empathy.
pretend to be some company and then do stuff that undermines that company. That's probably something that I guess a social media platform would, I don't know, care about maybe.
The fact that he's struggling to try to at least
Point being,
he's trying to struggle to get this, to wrap his head around it. Like it's hilarious.
I
Like
mean,
he's
maybe
trying
the
to
company that's responsible for that would care. Maybe.
maybe like like he's trying to he's struggling to say that look, I fucked up. My bad. I shouldn't have did this. Like it's not hard, dude. Like
I think you've keyed in on something very profound. He does struggle to take responsibility for things, and I think he's on full display with that struggling right here.
Right.
I could say, I fucked up and I got blocked for a reason, and it seems fair enough.
it's a fair.
He is
reason,
not
too.
doing that here. He keeps, kind of skating up to that line of, maybe it was kind of, I could see where he
Was he
would have an
ra-
argument that mine might be kind of up to the line, but it's gray area.
Was he raised by like black women? I just want to
No.
know because
as far as I know, he was raised by racists who didn't watch Star Trek or read X-Men.
He had to be raised by black women because they both him and these dodging accountability like black women at this point. I'm sorry, I can't. I was just like, bro, this man is like, well, maybe I did it, like, because he sounds the same thing. I know somebody's gonna be mad at me for saying it, but I don't give a fuck. It's too early in the morning for this shit, and I'm gonna say it. Like, but come on, bro, like. This man
Even
doesn't
then, though,
have
like, I
any
feel like
account-
that's taking some responsibility. He's not doing that.
Oh.
Like, they're at least saying, I know somebody's gonna be mad at this. He's just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody could have some sort of art. I don't know. I feel like he's taking even less credit than that. But all right, let's let him finish out. I'm sure it'll all make sense.
Other
Oh.
strikes that he's been doing absolutely had no cause whatsoever, no argument to be
No
made
cause.
that he should be doing.
No.
And as far as I can tell, there's been 4 or 5, 6.
Wow.
Maybe somebody in chat pays
6
attention
now.
to this can give me more solid number, but he's
He must be
the
striking
chat,
people
he's
left and right.
had copyright stricken
yeah.
stuff like somebody just posting a panel from the book and talking
Wow,
about
just
it critically.
one panel is all it takes.
So literally
Wow.
just critically reviewing the comic,
Eric shall I, you monster.
engaging with it
Oh.
on on a good
Just
faith.
somebody critically reviewing. That's
Up to
all
11,
it is.
huh?
Someone
Wow,
critically
this-
reviewed the
wow.
Rippaverse. What?
Lego Full of Crap is saying there were 11 people who
I
were
don't know
struck.
what Sonichu is. Oh, I was gonna say, man, like, who are you? What do you?
Oh, okay. So that's where he gets his
Oh,
information
okay.
from. It's just random people.
Random
fucking
people.
share.
Okay. So let's hear what Eric has got to say about this because I know
Yeah. Oh,
I know
no.
Eric is.
I went back. So sorry, you were saying
But
Eric is.
I know Eric is about to say something. I know Eric has something to say about all of this because there is no way that you can sit up here and accuse someone of such egregious stuff, right? And not expect some degree of response, right? So
Yeah.
let's see what Eric's got to say. Let's see. I want to
Thank you for vamping. That allowed me to get back to the spot. I won't hit the wrong button this time.
Again, I apologize for having the world's most retarded detractors. This is actually going to be one of the last videos that I do kind of on this topic for a little bit. For you, the last couple of days
Ah,
that
that
have
is
been guys
awesome.
that have gone on like a pirate.
Now that's how you take responsibility. He apologized personally
for having
the Dane in his audience of detractors. That makes sense to me. Let's hear the man out.
Let's go.
Campaign. Let's just call it exactly what it is. These idiots have gone out of their way to try to, affect the pockets of the company, pirating the site, admitting to it, and more so encouraging people to do exactly that. Others just posting several. I'm talking like on upwards of 30 pages or more.
Oh, so not just one
of
panel,
this
then.
book
Right.
for everybody to see, even though we've not released any digital copies or anything like that. And Twitter took.
Ooh, that is a good point that I didn't make before. So
Okay.
not only did Dane make that ad that links to those pirated copies, but
Right.
Eric July does not release any digital copies of any of his work. So any ones that are out there
Ooh.
are bootlegs. They are
All
pirated ones.
automatically off rip, right?
Yeah.
That's what that's what I got, right? So any digital copy that you get of ISOM is automatically
Is
bootleg.
a pirated one. Yeah,
Okay, so
it
that
really
makes-
sucks. So I should have made that more clear. It's not like there is a site that you could get it from. Like, no, he's
At all.
doing what a lot of people are kind of doing with. I know like a lot of bands are going this way. They're just going physical merch because digital people can really rip that off very easily.
Yeah.
But an actual physical record, a physical book, there's something to that.
Yeah.
It's kind of an awesome throwback way of doing, actually offering a real product, not just ones and zeros. I respect that. That's really cool that he wants to launch the company that way. I'm sure someday he might have digital comics, but that is another point that we really should have made. I should have made earlier when we brought up the links to those pirated copies. Just there is no digital copy of ISOM right now. Anything out there that is digital is a knockoff. So that's
right. So you're already fucked up from the get go. In other words, that's what Great Perpet's saying, guys. You're already fucked up. If you get the digital, if you look at the digital copy, somebody tells you about you've already crossed the line. Ain't no kinda. You've already crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Some of those guys.
It's not like gaming. It's not like
Yeah.
games. There's digital games. No, there's no substitute for that, for the physical copy.
And it might be something that like they implement later on, but it makes sense to kind of start with a physical thing that you could really keep track of,
Right. Especially
so
for the first time. Yeah.
for sure.
Down as far as show you guys something right here. This is actually one of my biggest detractors. Let's listen to what he said about what happened here.
Hey,
So,
Dane must feel
Let me
so honored. He made it to a
defend him
Rippaverse
bit,
video.
Okay. And this is
Right.
weird, but this post that I did is pretty egregiously fucking bad faith.
Let's not give him too much credit.
I found where there was
Well,
That was a great reaction from
Well,
Eric there. Yeah, it said it all. Like, he didn't actually need to stop it and give the reaction. Like, I think this literally is a reaction video. Like,
Yep.
his reaction alone was worth clicking on this video.
exactly.
What
Let's figure
else
out.
do you give to, like, Dane saying, this is egregiously bad faith? It's like, yeah, you just gave it away. Like,
Exactly.
moron. Like, this could be used in court, but how do you prove damages? So there's probably never
Right.
going to go to court. But, my God, he just admitted to the crime right there.
Exactly.
two comic piracy websites that were both hosting ISOM #1.
Mhm.
And I said, well, shit, I'm going to help him out and get me more eyeballs on that book. You know, I'm sure more people need to read it, right?
Yeah, that's what he was
Maybe
trying
it'll
to do.
buy, maybe pump those #2 sales numbers up. And so I made this image, and I made it look as close to an official image as I could. And I just
We don't
started sharing
need force
around saying,
footage.
oh, look, wow, I can't believe he did that.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Okay,
before.
so you see that right now. That was one of the biggest detractors that have done that. And again, there were other guys that are just sharing a bunch of pages anymore. But watch my previous.
So he kind of explained that there, and then I cut off the video. This is the next day. He kind of goes into it a little bit further and kind of explains the other ones. So
Okay.
I kind of put these two together, but it's kind of a further explanation of what he was talking about the previous day.
This video on this topic I'll address right now, and that is this false claim with false DMCA, ironically, and striking as if we're max flagging people over at the Riververse. People know that's an absolute lie, but that's because people work backwards. They start from, I don't like this guy, hate this guy, let me do anything I can to defame, demean, lie, slander, all of that good stuff on what it is that's happening. Go watch my previous.
That does seem to be Dane's MO here. It
Right.
appears that for a year he's been attacking him, calling him a grifter,
Right,
accusing
and then
him
he'll
of lying.
and then they'll attack the people that he's got with, and I'm one of those. But I do have
Video.
one.
Nonetheless, I think it's a great time to talk about kind of the concept of IP. Let's say that. By the way, people that are my detractors are not anti-IP by any means. They just only appeal to it when it's advantageous to them. Like I said, they're contradicting
That's what they
themselves
do
to
with
what they said
anything else.
yesterday. My position has been pretty consistent on this regarding the libertarian position. I get that there are people that are pro-IP or anti-IP that call themselves libertarian. With the libertarian position on that, it has been, of course, up for debate by a lot of people. I do agree with like Cancelo on these issues of like state protected monopoly. That's what exists right now. That is not libertarian. That is not
So
free
it's
market.
actually
I'm
like
more
Cancelo that he's
taking the
into.
position of Rothbard on this, and that is that like a patent law is not free market or something. But there can be ways, like for example, in a free market where like someone sells something that they mark that they created in the contract. Appealing to general contract law, you can say that, hey, you agree by buying this, you won't repurpose this or something of the nature. That is
That makes
completely
sense.
libertarian. That's not what
Yeah.
at all what it is that we have here. With that being said,
So that makes a lot of sense. And he's got, some nuance, and you can tell that he actually understands both sides of that libertarian position on
Right, because
IP.
that was a new thing for me when he was talking about that. I was like, "What the fuck?" Huh? At first, I was like, "Huh?"
So there
But
are
no,
kind of
like, I
two
get what
schools
you're
of
talking
thought. Like, one of them is that like intellectual property just does not exist, and only like
Right.
the physical thing, like the actual widget that you're making, that's the only thing that matters. So if somebody else can make that same widget for like cheaper or whatever, they have every right to like undercut you and steal the design.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I've heard the arguments for it. I'm not convinced on that. But
Yeah, I
there's a
don't
whole
like it at
nother
all.
side of the libertarian argument who does actually believe in intellectual property and are saying, no,
Yeah.
if you made the improvements, you made the innovations on that, you own that idea. I don't know. I'm not sure which one is necessarily correct, but
Right.
I don't feel like you could just assign a position to a libertarian and say you need to believe this. Like that's
Right.
the one thing about that. It's kind of a catch-all for a lot of people that aren't in either of the major parties. And there's a lot of differing opinion. You do get left-leaning libertarians and right-leaning. There's a lot of different ideas in that party, so to say. So I don't know. I like how Eric July kind of broke that down. You can tell that he
Right.
has a much more nuanced understanding than the initiative does on this.
Right. Exactly.
I am not pro-piracy. Never been pro-piracy. Let's talk about what happened. Watch my previous video. What's what happened. There were 4 people that were taken down, yes, from Twitter. And I'm going to tell you what these guys did. Person number 1, they posted an entire thread uploading every single page of ISOM, every single one. Directly, they went
Wow.
to a
That
pirated
seems
site,
like more than
decided to
one
pirate
panel.
the comic.
Right.
They took that and then uploaded each individual.
So when he's saying every page, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, ISOM's like a chunky book, isn't it?
96 pages. I think
Okay, I was gonna say,
ISOM
isn't it
one,
like just
96
under
pages.
100 pages? But
Just under 100. Yeah.
So that's a lot of pages that somebody uploaded to their Twitter.
Yeah.
Like that seems
And a whole
egregious.
thread. And I think I didn't see it for long. I think it got hit so fast that I didn't even get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
I had heard it, and I think Chrome Dome, or some people will call her Vickyverse.
I think he talks about her in
yeah.
just a moment.
Yeah, she was one of the ones that basically retweeted it or reposted it now, and she got her tweet taken down for it. somebody else, and I think the one that he was talking about, the one that had every other page, that one I didn't get a chance to see that one because that was gone by the time I tried to look for it. So
Same. All this drama happened before I heard about it.
it's
so
just like
everything
it got
already
taken down quick. So I'm like, hey, that's that. Hey, I mean, it to me, it's fair because at the end of the day, that's someone's work, and I agree with the fact that like if you're taking someone's work and you try to like undercut, like if you make something right, so if say you make this controller right, you make this controller, and I see that you make this controller, and I take this very same controller and I make it, or I take the formula from you and I undercut you and sell it at a cheaper price, I'd be wrong for doing that.
I would think so.
You know what I'm
Morally,
saying?
ethically, and hopefully legally, as long as
Legally,
you didn't,
yeah. In this case, definitely legally, because
Yes.
you're definitely, you know, with the case with the comic books here, you're, especially as we go back, as we said earlier, there is no digital copy. So anything that anytime you buy this book, you're basically, that's what you're agreeing to, is that you're going to keep that to yourself. You're going to keep that part. Now, there's nothing wrong with like sharing video, and I think he talks about the thing too.
I believe so.
And I even did it in my video when I talked about
I
ISOM.
watched yours.
Like I went through certain pages, and like I was nervous as fuck because, like I said, I ain't really never done a review like that, straight up like that, to be honest with you, for one. And for two, you know, like, yeah, I'm talking about certain things in the book. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to, I guess the intent is also what matters in this case too, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So it does. I'm just, not to undercut Eric July, but he is going to mention, even if you have ill intent, even if you're coming to just rag on every single thing that is in the book, that's fine. It's literally just like the posting it. So I agree with you. It's kind of the intent of posting it, but at the same time, like, even if you have negative intent with the reviews, he's not taking down any of those. Like, he has so many detractors that are up there. They're all talking shit on this. He's not striking any of those guys. It is the people who are actually putting up his work.
Breaking the law. Actually breaking the law at this point. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I get that. I fucks with that.
Yeah, but other than that, I agree
Page in the
exactly
thread.
what you're saying.
They also linked it as well. They did that as well. And the most egregious thing it is they did, they doxed the company. On top of that, the other guy posted 30 pages. We already got the receipts for this, by the way. Posted 30 pages.
So that's the other thing too. Like, I didn't see much of this, but he does say that he has the receipts. So
I
don't see, anybody else saying that they have the receipts of this, but I'm pretty sure, he could verify this. I want to at least take him on his word that he has the receipts. And some of the stories that, they keep bringing up, people other than Eric July are claiming this. And Eric at one point said it wasn't him. Those aren't necessarily incongruent stories.
True.
I'm pretty sure
I know there was one. I don't know if you have it in this video.
Size, though, like, he would have like lawyers or at least a company representing him. So it might not be him personally, but it would be the representatives. And then that wouldn't make anything that he said, like, if it's not him doing it, but it's his company. I know at one point he says, like, you're not smarter than our lawyers.
Yeah.
That leads me to believe that, somebody is actually looking into this and somebody is doing the claims, but it's not necessarily him personally.
Right.
So
I think
that doesn't necessarily mean that he's like lying about any of this, or when he said, I'm not the one striking you.
Right.
Yeah, it could still be the legal department that's representing his company. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem egregious to me.
It doesn't. I mean, they're just looking out. They're doing their fucking job at this point. I think at this point, I don't know if you have it in here. But there was a guy that did another thing of the logo, that took the logo.
I didn't. I was wondering if I should include the clip-a-verse thing, but since it's a little bit different and it wasn't like specifically like the comic, I didn't include it in this. But there is a fifth guy who stole the logo and kind of
had it. Well, he had his girl do it or whatever, allegedly, according to what the clip was. Had his girl do it, and they made it with love and to attack the Rippaverse or whatever. The same guy that was saying that he was going to shave Eric, he was going to pin Eric down,
making a video every day of walking up a hill until he's fit enough to
exactly.
Like, that's
and he got his account, and he got his account taken down. Well, first, before he got his account taken down, he got his the Clipperverse stuff store got taken down. The items in the Clipperverse
makes sense.
Stuff.
I mean,
right, which goes back to everything that we've been talking about, right? And then two, eventually his Twitter or his account X got shut down, suspended because of it. You know what I'm saying? But because for that same thing, because it's obsessive. You're literally saying, and then dude was literally admitting, well, I'm not joking. I'm seriously gonna do it. Like, by your own rule. Nope, saving that till later. Later.
No, I hear what you're saying though, and I agree. But yeah, let's keep going.
Directly again to Twitter, to X. Every single 30, just bam, uploaded them. No changes, not
30
transformative,
pages,
right?
one
No,
third of the book.
like, you know what, I guess Comic Story and those guys do for that reason, because they know Marvel will strike you if you start to get views on it. They don't strike everything, but they will strike you if you start to get views on it. If you're showing all the, like, just a mass amount of individual pages, let's say, from a book, especially a new one, they'll do that. But that's why they put that, he puts that, like Comic Story, he would put that disclaimer at the beginning where he would say, hey, you know, I changed this up because to avoid any copyright stuff. That's not what happened here. Also, posted in addition to this, the third person, excuse me, they created a photo to try to present it as if it came from the company. That actually happened. ISOM photo acting like it was a promo, telling people to go to the pirated site to read it for free.
That
And then they
seems
admitted that it was
egregiously
egregiously
bad faith.
That's specifically what it is. They
Yep.
did. It's not my opinion. That's exactly what happened. They admitted
exactly
flat
what
out
they
that,
said.
okay, yeah, that was Jack. I probably should have did that. The last person, which may be the less egregious of the three, is the bald head wench. But they had posted, we got on account. There's some of them are still up. 8 pirated pages, and I think the thing about this that is really clownish is that they're too stupid to really understand that you're like reading a scan, right? From a page that you pirated, right? Or that page that pirated that hosts it, and you took the screenshot from there, the same link that you all used here. And yeah, they did that, and they were misrepresenting what was happening of the works, right? Saying this thing hadn't pertained to the color and all that, and what the colors did, but too stupid to understand.
So she took it from the bad scan and then
Yeah.
is commenting that,
Mhm.
you know, this looks like crap, but it
The
is
color,
from
yeah.
that pirated scan.
Exactly,
that
and try to
definitely sucks.
misrepresent the company. Yeah, exactly. So that would definitely could get you into possibly some legal trouble. The bald headed when she gets me every time with the bald headed when I'm sorry. I call her Chrome Dome now because that's exactly like I have never seen a female with male pattern baldness, dog.
So I'm not actually familiar with her. I had just kind of heard this story, and then I'd
I-
heard that she was
little
saying that it
bit.
was only 8 panels, but everything that I looked into is showing that it was 8 pages. I can't
Yeah.
find the actual post, but
Because it
everyone
was
that
taken down.
Yeah, but
Because
everyone that I've seen that like saw it is saying that it was pages, not actual panels. So
and matter of fact,
I-
what's his name doing the same thing? Organized Chaos did the same thing, talking about the art part. You know, we're
Oh.
talking about
I
Yep.
saw that the fight thing,
the fight
they're
scenes
breaking
and all
the
of that.
180-degree rule like a bunch of times, and
Yeah,
yeah,
mhm.
I mean, maybe I
And
would
then
definitely
Vito
want
talking
to.
about the misspellings and stuff like that. Oh, it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And I'm gonna get on him too. He can suck a dick.
Well, I think Eric has just a little bit more to say, and then
What do
there's
you got?
something really special that came out of all of this.
Right.
So
I want to see. We want to see.
let's let Eric finish this up.
Right. Let's
Well,
go
that's
ahead.
just a bad scan. Okay. So with that being said, there was never a mass flag. These are the 4, and this is what they did. 3 of them posted minimum 30 pages. 1 doxed and posted all the pages. 1 masked themselves as if they were the company and then did something. That's all that happened. There's been no mass flagging.
Those all
People have
seem
done
pretty
videos about the
egregious.
reverse for the better part of 10 months, including -1, including showing pictures of pirated stuff. And yeah, you're showing a single image or here and there. That's nobody's taking you down for that. Nobody's doing any of that. People have talked about it, going into great detail, showing more than a few pages, showing 10, 20 pages. We don't have an issue. Buy the freaking book, dude. Like, you can get a cup of tea.
Yeah.
If you want to sit there and go through it and commentate on it while you're going through it, nobody's knocking you for that, even if it's negative.
And if you want to see somebody do that and really kind of have a good time at it, check out LG's video on that. Actually, I think there were 2 videos, unless you combined it into one.
No,
but,
it was I left it up as 2. I was like, because I
Yeah.
guess my connection had fucked up or something. The connection had fucked up that day, but yeah, I fixed it.
But it's a fun stream. You get to kind of experience it, like, and you get to kind of experience LG's perspective on it as well.
Yeah.
But not only that,
Stumbling
you
and
get
all.
a review, and it's in real time. And you know, yours wasn't. I'm not going to say that it was, you know, like the most positive of positive reviews, but you know,
It
yours
was a
hasn't been
very-
taken down. I
Right,
mean, you definitely
exactly.
gave positive. I'm not saying like it was a
course.
negative review in any means, but I mean, you weren't just
I
like
know.
gushing over every single page and like this is the best like ever. Like the lettering on this is perfect. I don't know. Like I don't feel like you were over the top with it
It
or
was a
anything like
solid
that.
review.
But you showed a ton of pages on it, and you know you haven't been taken down. You can think of any of his detractors; they all have negative reviews of this. It's not getting taken down.
Right.
This egregious over the line, actually posting pages from it, that's what got it taken down.
Posing against the company.
Yeah. So I don't know, but let's let Eric finish out, and then yeah, there's some special treat at the end.
Right. Let's get to
Even
it.
if it's negative, you can do that. That's not what happened here.
Right. Kind of random thing. We are doing a sale, limited time. This is the first time ever that ISOM #1 has been marked down. It'll be for a limited time.
Love
When I say limited time, You never know. Maybe just a few days. It won't be that long. I will say that, but we'll give you a heads up, like, hey, it's going to end at this time on this date. But right now, it is live, and for a
That
limited
is
time,
awesome.
if you
know,
add
not only does he
item number
monetize
1
his haters,
to your
but,
cart, and it'll look like this.
Gets huge
You
advertising
click the select
opportunities out of
item,
it.
and then you go check out.
Oh,
And
I
you'll be
love
able to
it.
get item 1 for only $12 for a limited time using promo
Wow.
code PIRATE
Wow.
at checkout.
That is pretty amazing.
10% of the total sales, will
What?
be donated directly to
Not
Comic
only
Books for
that,
Kids.
Yeah,
Cash.
cash.
but
Money.
10% is going to help. That is pretty awesome. That is
That's
downright
crazy.
noble. And
love
that
it.
is amazing to do that all out of this bad situation where somebody was egregiously bad faith and tried to hurt your
Several
company.
people.
Yeah,
Several.
sorry, several. I just I wanted to
You-
give Dane the credit because he thinks he got the ball rolling on this, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know the timeline on who got struck first, but if Dane did get that rolling, what he did is egregiously bad faith and never should have been done. But hey, some kids are actually getting 10% of these super awesome pirate discounted books. That's
Right.
really awesome.
It's such a steal. I'm sorry.
But that's really cool. I'm
Like-
glad some good could come out of this really horrible, egregiously bad faith situation.
Oh,
I'm glad that
I loved
Eric
it.
July kind of took this in stride and has a sense of humor about it
Right.
and made his promo pirate. Like that is awesome.
That was
And
dope.
then
Like I saw that. I
Kids are gonna
promise you.
get some sort of 10% of this. That's awesome, man.
I saw that and I was like, oh yo, that's crazy. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do a company. Y'all honestly, can I say what I was gonna say now? Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
going go ahead,
It's
go
all
what
you,
you got?
man.
What you I want to know what first off, I want to know overall, like before I get into me, because I'm about to rip these people a new one. I feel it in my bones because it's early in the morning, and I'm like about to go to sleep. That anger when you're tired and you can't go to sleep.
Yes.
It's bubbling up.
I know that too.
But I want to know your thing. I want to be civil here. Let's your thoughts on this right here. Overall, first off,
I think
because
where
I know
I'm
you've been
coming down to
following
this
Dane
is-
for a minute. I know you've been following Dane for
I
a good
have
minute, not a year.
No, not a year. I was unfortunately introduced to him on Valentine's Day when I saw him and Organized Chaos debate Adam and Sitch. It was such a romantic time. But so it's been less than a year for sure. I have been accused of being obsessed with Dane. Looking at this whole situation, he's been following Eric July and stalking him and really looking into every single move he makes and commenting on it for over a year now. That seems a bit obsessive to me.
Right. Can you do something for me? I don't know
Yes,
if you're
sir.
able to do this. I don't know if you're able to do this on your channel right now. That video that he put up.
Yeah.
Can you look at the comment section for me? I don't know if my comment is up.
Yeah. If you'll give me just a minute, I can bring that up. But I feel like this is kind of it's an example of extremely bad. Well, I guess Dane said it himself. He is egregiously bad faith, and
Exactly.
I think this is just on full display. There's no reason why one should post as another company saying that they're giving out a product for free.
When that's never the
That
case.
seems like it's downright illegal. But
But it's okay when it's somebody you don't. Nope.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing it for moral reasons. Okay, I think that was.
It should be
about
that hour
time
here.
to. There we go.
I don't know if you can see
Sharing the
this.
screen. Okay, going down to the comments.
You should be able to see this. My comment should be there. It better be there because I can see it. I can see my
Unless
comment on my
I
end.
got rid of it.
You
which
better not.
sometimes
It's right there.
happens.
There it goes.
we
There it
go.
goes. Now I need you to do me a favor. Yeah, extend. There we go. All right. Now this is
you
the
want me to read it
core.
for you. I can see it a little bit bigger on my screen.
Go for it.
Or you
go for
got
it.
it.
Well, you know what? I got it. Let me
Okay.
because it's in my voice.
Yeah.
Wait, let me switch over this way actually because I can actually look at it on my end. Haha, I'm stupid. Now, I said I get not agreeing with someone or something, but to stoop this low is ridiculous. To consider Eric a threat when you can easily ignore him is wild. You have done more research than an Eric July superfan. It's actually astonishing. If you can only put that effort into people like Vito or even your own videos, you'd be great. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an Eric July NPC according to your little posse. And I got that because Eric Eric. Okay, I don't care. He's not a DJ to me. I don't give a fuck. In his beard of many colors, try to call me an Eric July NPC. Now, this is where I get into my shit because you clowns disgust me. You feel me? You clowns are the projection, the level of projection that you do is so obvious that anybody can see it. Okay. You don't, hell, what's his name? Fucking the blind man could easily see this shit. Anyone who's blind can see this shit from a mile away. Okay. You do not care. The reason why you did this research on Eric July is because you hate the fact that a black man is doing something that is hitting up the mainstream, that is successful, that has a different opinion than you, a different thought process than you. And you think that he doesn't deserve it because what? He doesn't think like you?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's odd. But these are the same people that complain, that say that they want to be about love and tolerance and peace and all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
These are the tolerant people, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones that they're so tolerant that they'll spend a year making a video about someone that they could easily ignore.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, if I don't like you, I'm not wasting my time on you. You notice after I did that video with Ed,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to him since.
Yeah. I even kind of asked you, like, hey, do you want to do something about it? And you're like, no, that conversation speaks for itself. You definitely have a better, a stronger constitution than myself, I would say.
I mean, you can. I was hoping you would do the video. I was hoping you and you and A-Life would do the honors and go ahead. Y'all can do the video if y'all want to talk about the video. Y'all go ahead and break it down. I was looking for y'all to do it. I'll be in the chat, but I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just mean, I made my my videos, my talk with Organized Chaos and my talk with Ed. But then they just kind of kept talking about me. So I felt like I kept having to respond. And we've kind of gotten into like a back and forth spiral thing.
I don't care
respect
if you do
what you're doing a lot more. I think you've got a stronger constitution to
I don't care if they do go back and forth with me. That's the thing, right? That's fine. You can try to go back and forth with me. But at the end of the fucking day, all I'm doing is literally putting the mirror up to you and saying, this is what you're doing. This is what you look like. And this is why I don't bother with these clowns. Because at the end of the day, look at what they do. That whole segment. Scroll up and look at the title of that video.
I studied a comic book charlatan for a year.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me, Dane, at 6.47K subs, that you wasted 365 fucking days out of your life to study a man that you don't like, that you think doesn't deserve a platform because he thinks different than I do?
Mm-hmm. Different than he thinks he should. Different than he should be allowed to.
Right. He should be allowed to, unacceptable opinions. Exactly. We're going to go with that. You do. But the problem with these clowns is that they literally do not. They hate another man's success. This man is a multi-millionaire, damn near overnight.
Yeah.
And you sit up here and you're mad as fuck. For what? What are you mad about? I want to know. I want to know what the fuck are you mad
it's jealousy.
About? It has to be. It has to be. Oh, well, he doesn't know about comics. You fucking idiot. Have you not looked at Eric July's videos? You've been following this man for a year, and you mean to tell me this dude is all you got is this man is grifting? The fuck are you on?
He's not going to tell you how, but
how is it? How the fuck is he grifting? His very channel is formatted like a fucking comic book. Look at his old videos when he was doing reviews.
Yeah.
It was comic book themed. It was evident what he does. So how the fuck can you sit up here and tell me that this man is faking it when it's evident on his page? So what he talks about your Marvel and DC shit. He has a right to. The man likes what he likes.
Yeah.
fucking ass wipes, bro. Like the lot of you. All of y'all are unsuccessful. Every last one of you. Matter of fact, do me a favor, Gray. Go to my
Yeah.
channel real quick, and I want you to look at my channel. Pull it up, right? Dane has 6.47K subs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just click on my channel. How many do I have?
You've got 6.45K currently.
As of this tape date, I guarantee you, by the time this video goes out, I will have surpassed you. I've already surpassed you in view count. Okay, my view count is already in the millions. Okay,
Yeah.
I already hit 1 million a while back. I already got you beat there. But I'm actually doing something. The reason why I can follow Eric July is because guess what? He puts out good content. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
He inspires people to do your shit.
Well, he actually creates a product too. Like not only is he, making videos and explaining his opinions, but he also has a product.
He's creating
I don't
something
know.
that people want.
Yeah. And it's not just putting out more hatred into this world. Where I feel like
Meanwhile,
that's what the initiative is doing, and that's the only product that they sell.
all they do is literally, if you look at their videos, their biggest videos, always nipping at the heels of Eric July. Geeks and gamers, all of them. That's all you do. Even when you're talking about something else, you mentioned Eric July, Dane.
True.
So tell me again how you're not obsessed with this man. You might as well have a picture of that man on your motherfucking wall. You see this poster right here in the back? You might as well have a poster. You should have just bought you an ISOM poster. Have it on your wall.
I mean, do we know that he doesn't? Like, he does seem to have a channel pretty much devoted to him. All of most of 2022 and all of 2023 is apparently devoted towards Eric July. So
And you still not going nowhere. How?
it's a good question.
How the fuck are you sitting up here you're ankle biting off of somebody, you CP, which that doesn't even sound right. Put another name in there. You and fucking Ed
Yeah,
and the rest of
sorry,
the crap. These fools have legit sat up here, wasted months, years,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Hey, look, we don't like how you think. We think you shouldn't be successful." First of all, who the fuck are you? Who are you to determine who's successful or not? I'm glad he is successful. I'm glad because guess what? Every day you get to wake up knowing that your shit didn't work. And every day you're hoping, you're over here putting out, oh well, this ISOM number 2 didn't do as well. It's failing now because it did 2.1, 2.2 million right now. It didn't hit the 3.7 million mark now. When did he say it was going to happen? When did he say that was going to happen? Matter of fact, in anything, he said contrary. He said, look, normally number 2s don't sell well, historically speaking. And he's not wrong.
Everybody kind of knows that, number 1 is always the big one.
Right. And number 2 tends to dip. But even then, to dip from 3.7 million to 2.1 million, I think that's okay.
I would
we
take
doing
that dip,
something.
man. I got to be honest. I would definitely take that sort of dip. If I could get 3 on the first one, that would be amazing. I can't even imagine I would get what Vito is getting on his. I imagine if I were to put out a comic, I would have almost 0 backers on this now.
I need to get back into doing my music because I was actually going to do an EP. I really do. And I'm like, yo, if I do it, I would like to, I want to aim high. Sure. But if it doesn't, that's fine. I understand. I get it. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away. But at the end of the day, I'm putting out something that not only, first of all, I enjoy. That's one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of these videos like that all the time, Greg, because it's nothing against you or anybody that does these videos, right? I just don't like going down that rabbit hole and being
I appreciate
labeled.
that did on this, though, man. I appreciate you being
Not
here.
a problem. Not a problem. Like, I don't want to be pigeonholed into that because I feel like I have more to offer. Not
sure.
saying
You
I'm
do,
not talking about you, Gray.
no,
Okay.
my options are limited. But you, sir, you've got
But
potential.
I feel like these people have way more limited options. You have more options than they do. I'm gonna be honest with you, though. You got more options with you than they do. And it's crazy because all you do is talk about, even on other shit, you talk about Eric July. You have to. Y'all do this shit because you have to. That's crazy. But you want to call me the NPC? Bitch, I ain't got to do shit. I bought the comic. I'm straight. I did my review. I'm Gucci. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm plugging in my controller. Look at my channel. I'm crafting stuff already. I got an NBA 2K story that I'm working on. What's your problem? What's your excuse? I'm working on music. I got one video that already hit 15K, 14, 15K because I'm giving people what they want. I'm working on my own stuff. I have stuff that can come back, link back to me. I gotta, guess what? Here's the crazy part. Y'all mad at me for paying for Eric July to get his money. Guess what? I got money. I got the money to do it. I just made money tonight. So the money that I made tonight, hell, I already, matter of fact, after I even bought the damn comic, the catch-up pack, I made that money back the next time I worked.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nothing. Y'all broke. And matter of fact, somebody posted a video in the Rippaverse Go post, and I had to go back. It was one of Eric's old videos where these people, like, he was talking about likes and retweets don't equal money, basically. Like, you can't eat likes and retweets.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The problem is y'all don't support the stuff. Y'all don't even support the own stuff that you back. Allegedly that you back. You claim to back.
It's true.
You can't even
seems
put
to be
your
awfully familiar with these pirate sites.
You can't put your money where your mouth is. Now, me personally, I don't mind you pirating shit. Personally, I don't care. Right? If that's what you need to do, and as long as you support the original thing, because I know some people that will pirate it to try it and then support the official release once they get the money. Cool.
I got a
I've
feeling
done
that's
that
not
before.
the case here.
It's not. These clowns can't even support themselves. Them bitches living off cat food. Meow mix and shit. I'm surprised you ain't hear Dane meow in the damn video. That's probably why he was stuttering, because he was about to meow in that bitch. Tell me I'm lying. I thought I heard a meow in that motherfucker.
He does have to mute every now and then. I thought maybe he was coughing, but, I might have to
Yeah,
take
he
a
was.
second
You know
look
what?
at
He
those.
was coughing. He was probably coughing up a hairball. Tell me I'm lying.
No.
I might be being facetious, but you get the point. You ain't got none of this. You broke bastard. Yeah, I said it. You can be mad at me. And here's the crazy thing. And I said it before, and I said it again. If Eric July himself, I don't do this to get praise from Eric July. I was actually shocked when he put my little portion of my review on Twitter in his video. At the beginning of
By
the
the
video.
way, I don't think I told you congrats on that, but that was awesome.
Appreciate you. I wasn't expecting that to happen. And matter of fact, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again here. If Eric July somehow managed to lump me in with y'all idiot detractors, what I say still stands. If you got a problem, you can bring it to me on my channel. Sure. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to try to cancel Gray for it. Because
You can try.
Oh, well, this is they're spreading disinformation. What disinformation? And that's crazy. The same people, Gray, you ever thought about it? The same people that were raised up and sneaking, watching fucking shows like South Park, Family Guy. Now we're so worried about disinformation. How do we get so fucking sensitive, dog?
It's a good question. I kind of ponder that a lot because, it seems like there was kind of a magical
Edgy
time
comedy.
not too long ago. And then, we've taken a sharp turn.
Edgy comedy. Now all of a sudden, words are violence. But it's okay for you to call somebody an Uncle Tom.
Well, they have the wrong opinion, so that violence is justified.
Words is violence, my ass. You ain't about no action. You ain't. I'm sorry. You just ain't about it. Dog. You ain't about nothing that you talk about. And the only people that come to see y'all are the people that hate Eric July too. Or the people that y'all brainwashed to hate Eric July. Don't nobody care about y'all like that. And like I said, you can get mad at me, fuss, cuss, make your whole little videos about me. I don't care. I can't take none of y'all seriously. Dane looks like he touches kids for a living. Man looks like he should be registered somewhere. And I'm not talking about a wedding book registry either. Fucking assholes. And I can't take Eric seriously either, because that man don't even know what to keep his beard the same color or not. Talking about gay people. Well, yeah, I don't care the fact that you're gay, dog. I don't care if you like taking a pickle up the poop chute. Okay? I do not give a shit. Matter of fact, more power to you. Okay? If that's what you want to be, fine, be it. But leave the children alone. And in order for trans kids to, and I have to segue to this one because I've seen a couple of Eric's videos and I know he doesn't want to have this discussion with me. But I got to say this. The reason why we're saying leave the kids alone is simply because kids cannot consent to that. In order for somebody to be labeled as a trans person, they have to go through the trans surgery. It starts here. Sure, it starts mental. But eventually, from mental, it goes to actual transitioning. You're getting diagnosed with gender dysphoria. And as an adult, you're transitioning. And the damages are irreversible. They tell you this.
That might even be somewhat outdated. Supposedly, you don't even need the dysphoria right now. So,
okay,
it kind of depends. With the gender affirming, you're just supposed to listen and believe. I'm
glad you said it. I'm glad you said that because you brought up something. Y'all notice how they do this shit with a black man? I thought Black Lives Matter. I thought we were supposed to be listening to black voices. Or is
only
it
if you have the right opinion?
Right. Or is it one of those? Is it only the right opinion black people that you want to listen to? Because if that's the case, you've already sealed your own fate. Somebody turn the heat down. I'm cooking in this bitch. Like, no, seriously, if that's what that is that what it is? Because
it's what
at the end of the
me.
I mean, it does like that to me because I thought we were supposed to be listening to black voices here.
Yeah.
I thought when a black person talks, I thought when Black Lives Matter so much now because black people are such a targeted commodity in this country that when a black person speaks, you're supposed to listen by your own rules. That's what's supposed to happen. But I see that you Dane likes to go back and forth with a black man. Eric likes to go back and forth with a black man. Several of them. I'm one of them. What happened to shutting up and letting black people talk?
Yeah, I kind of see a pattern with these guys.
Oh, it's only the right opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got an opinion for you. You can suck a fat one. And I hope you hear that. You unsuccessful ankle-biting wenches. Fucking dog shit asses. Oh, I'm not about to play with y'all, bro. Like, I'm on y'all head, dog. That's why I don't talk to y'all. I don't entertain y'all. Because y'all are not worth entertaining. This shit ain't even funny. Like, I tried to give y'all a benefit of the doubt. I really did. I tried to listen, even though I wasn't always in y'all comment section. I did try to hear y'all out. But honestly, when you start listening to people long enough, you start hearing what their intentions are. And clearly, Gray's not going to say it. But I'm going to say it. Y'all suck. Oh, I'm a comic book fan. Eric's not a real comic book fan. Who are you to decide? But I thought y'all were against gatekeeping, though, right?
Oh, no. They're ambassadors. They're not gatekeepers. You understand? They're doing the same thing, but they call themselves something else. So
ambassadors
different.
For what? What are you? You don't have the keys, y'all. An ambassador, what are you holding? What do you got the keys to? For what? What are we doing
They're
here?
definitely holding a grudge against, anyone that doesn't have the right opinion. But yeah, other than that, I'm not sure what they're holding, man.
They can't even. The only thing they're holding is their own weight. And apparently, for at least two of them, or at least maybe one, it's heavy. The rest of these clowns, I don't know what the fuck they holding up. They don't. Who are you to decide? You're talking about you're part of a fandom. What fandom, dog? What fandom? That's what I want to know. What fandom? Where? The comic book? Who says you? Who died and made you the queen of comics? I call y'all queen of comics because y'all act like drama queens. Really, y'all do. How dare Eric July said a slur? Somebody said a slur, but then y'all turn around and give somebody else a slur. Be careful now. Your racism is showing.
Well, apparently 2 wrongs make a right here. So, they're just
And 2
they're getting
rights
in
is
the
about
mud.
and 2 rights is about to be a left. See, y'all forget who y'all do this talk tough shit online. But y'all forget what happens. See, Eric said it himself. He's confrontational. So the way he confronts you, though, is like, okay, well, if you won't say all of this stuff online, well, what do you mean by what you say? And it's crazy because when Eric confronts y'all buckle like some bitches.
It's true.
It's just a group of fucking. Have you ever seen soy Power Rangers, nigga? That's what they look like. Some soy filled Power Rangers. I've never seen.
I can get that. Yeah.
Like they. Who the fuck died and made you somebody special? And yes, we can talk about you because that's exactly what it is. Y'all have every right to try to talk about me, but guess what? You ain't probably said nothing that I ain't said before. That ain't been told to me before. Nor do I care, because guess what? All you're gonna do is help me out. I appreciate you. And even then, I really can get along fine without you. I bet you within a few hours, I'll probably surpass you, Dane. Ain't none of y'all doing shit
If
over
there's
there.
any justice, you will.
I don't. Even if you know what's crazy, even if I lost everything, even if I lost all my subscribers today, what I said still stands.
Oh yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like y'all, I'm not like y'all. Y'all have to do this shit. Y'all got to do this shit for clicks and views and this, that, and the third. This person said a slur. This person is that, and the third. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What I say still stands. I have skills to get my shit back.
Yeah.
You have to talk about somebody else to be successful. You have to do commentary. Bro, you ain't never touched money like this. I hate to be flexing on camera like this, but god damn it.
Hey man, if you literally got a wad of cash tonight like that, I
look,
couldn't
you
help
can't
it myself.
You can't touch this shit, bro. Like this is probably half of your rent money, dog. I haven't even fully counted. Like I was counting it, but I wasn't counting it because I had to pay attention to the video. This is probably your rent money, dog. I can make what you make in about a week or two. Probably more, less than that. Once I get my YouTube back to where I really wanted to, oh, y'all in trouble. You thought I was this is an Eric July clone. You can't pass me off as no Eric July clone because guess what? Just because we have a couple of similarities, I don't think like him. I'm not always up under him. I'm not at all. If I don't want to watch a video from Eric July or if I'm not available to watch one, guess what? I'm not watching it. It is what it is. If I don't agree with something, hey, it is what it is. Oh, well, why don't you? One of the comments was like, well, I respect you. The one with Dane's video. Oh, I respect you, but why don't you? You said you don't agree with Eric July and stuff. Why don't you talk about his stuff? I don't want to. I don't have to. I'm not obligated to.
Yeah.
Not to appease you. First of all, who the fuck are you? You talking about you respect me? You ain't shown up in none of my videos, none of my comment section. And I'm saying it just like that. Not nan one. And you talk about you respect me. That's a funny way of showing it. But you over here commenting freely under Dane shit, sucking him off. Get the soy out of your mouth before you start talking shit about me. Because I got one rule for trying to come for me. Don't. And these supposedly supporters, this fandom, if you will, and it's a direct shot at them, and I do not give a fuck. They are not fans at all. They are not. They don't know what it's like to be a fan of some shit. They don't support anything other than their own fucking ideologies. And they want to sit up here and get mad at somebody who literally who has a love for comics. It is clear that Eric July has a love for comics. And the fact that these people cannot see it, they need some thicker glasses. Dane needs some thicker glasses, CP.
Don't
And
forget
Eric
He needs some lenses
needs
in those
he
things.
actually exactly. He needs to put some lenses in that bitch so he can see that Eric actually enjoys his craft. And y'all bitches don't have a creative bone in your fucking body. And you can tell him I said it. And I dare you to get mad about it. You ain't gonna do shit about it. I'm done.
Dude, that is
I gotta
killer,
count
man.
my money. I gotta count my money. If you excuse me, I got money to count.